Hi, I'm Julia Truillo from Ormond Beach, Main Street,
Hi, I'm Becky Parker.
and we're back for our 6th week of COVID-19 updates for our historic Ormond Beach businesses. It's been an eventful week, and I know you're all working on getting ready for reopening next week. Just a quick couple of things about finances. Many of you have begun to hear about your federal loans. We'd love to hear from you about that, simply because we need to let the city know what kind of additional help you guys are going to need. So if you've received a PPP or an EIDL loan, you don't need to tell us how much. We just need to know yes or no, I got it, or I'm still waiting, and that will help us make a game plan. If you did get your PPP loan, immediately, if not sooner, you need to jump over to our website, which is ormondbeachmainstreet.com/small business resources, and look for the webinar called PPP, I got one, now what do I do? It's a long but really useful conversation with 2 CPAs and a lawyer and a banker, and they talk about how to navigate the forgiveness part of the loan, and I think all of us are going to need some instruction on that. It is deliberately foggy on the IRS side. If you did not receive a PPP loan and you still need some help with the employment part of your finances, talk to your accountant about the employee retention credit, which will give you a tax credit against your payroll taxes that you are paying for your employees, and which, while not as generous as a PPP, will put some money back in your bank account. So those are 2 good ideas to be looking into right now. The other thing, the good news we have also is that all our local governments, both city and county, are looking at grant programs for small businesses in which grants up to $5,000 are going to be available for local small business. They have not quite decided how that works, nor have they decided quite what it covers. So if you know what you need to pay for with that grant, please let us know so we can pass that on. We have some ability to shape at least the city grant, and we want your input. Now, on to the good stuff. So May 4th, I know everybody knows there's partial reopening. Phase 1 goes into effect. So for those of you with restaurants and retail that have not been functional, 25% of your indoor capacity, and that means 25% of your fire code capacity, and that includes your employees. So if you have a business whose fire code capacity is 25, that means you can have 5 people in the building at any given time, and that must include both you and your employees. So that's just a rule of thumb. We've worked with the city and gotten them to agree to allow for extra outdoor seating for restaurants. A lot of you will have seen the graphic they put out on Friday morning. Essentially, all they're asking is that you provide them with a sketch of where you intend to put your tables, especially if you're putting them in your parking lot and that you'll be compromising traffic lanes. They want to make sure that the traffic lanes are not blocked and that fire engines can still have access to your premises, but there's no fee, there's no real process. You just need to get in touch with planning and let them know what your intentions are. So for those of you who are planning to get yourselves open with additional outdoor seating, make sure that you're thinking about this weekend, that you are writing down those plans and getting them to City Hall on Monday. So other things for reopening. We are putting together a spreadsheet of suppliers for things like masks, gloves, hand sanitizers, deep cleaning if you need that. We've been in touch with the Volusia Manufacturers Association, gotten some insight from them There are some local vendors who are doing plexiglass or plastic barriers if you need one for your cash register area. Some that are temporary, that are standing in front of your counter, some that are suspended from your ceiling if you want something more permanent. So there's vendors offering that sort of help, all of them local. We're going to make that spreadsheet public. And if you have vendors that you are using and you like them and you want to recommend them to your fellow businesses, please add them to that list. You'll find that again on the website, www.ormondbeachmainstreet.com/small business resources. We encourage everybody to make a plan as part of your newsletter that's going out shortly. You'll see some steps that we're recommending for making a plan, not only for yourselves, but for helping your customers understand that you are taking care of them, and indeed asking them to take care of you. So if your plan involves having your employees wear masks, or deep cleaning, or regular wiping down of all shared surfaces, let your customers know that. They need to know what you're doing to keep them safe. If you don't want them to come in, if they are ill or if they're in a large group, let them know that too. They will appreciate clear direction. There are some folks out there who are anxious to get back to normal. There are some who are not going to be so anxious, and they will be cautious. And it may take a while for them to come back in your store. With that in mind, we're urging everybody to keep up with their online presence, their e-commerce, their takeout, their delivery. We encourage you to join us on Wednesday afternoon at 2:30. We're doing a webinar, one of our business conversations with the city and the Ormond Beach Chamber of Commerce that will focus on marketing through this reopening and beyond, learning which channels you want to use, whether they're the old-fashioned phone call or whether you are an Instagram perfectionist. All those things are useful in keeping in touch with your customers and letting them know you're still there for them and that they can reach you electronically as well as by coming in through your front door. With that in mind, let's talk a little bit about what's happening on the social media side. Becky?
Yeah. We talk every week. It's more important than ever to expand your digital presence, to be in touch with your customers. We want to help you do that. Make sure that you're letting us know if you're open, when you're open, what you're doing to protect your customers specifically, and that you're posting that on your own, that you're sending out those messages, step-by-step things that you are doing. Create videos and show them around your store or your restaurant, and show them how you clean and where sanitization stations are. These are just easy ideas that you can do to continue to tell them how you're protecting them. And don't just do it once, do it several times, do it once a week. You may catch more flies that way, but be thinking about that always. Let us know if you're doing any hiring events. We want to help push that message out as well. I know a lot of you are starting to ramp up, bringing more staff on, and that's wonderful. We want to help get that word out. We are also having a Mother's Day event that's 1 week from Sunday, May 10th. I know that a lot of restaurants are doing special menus, and a lot of retail would like to promote some of their gift items. So please let us know what you're doing so we can share that. But also we set up a Facebook event page. It's called Support Local for Mother's Day in historic Ormond Beach. And you will have access to that. I encourage you to post directly to that page. It's really to serve as a one-stop shop for folks to go for ideas for mom. And we are going to be boosting that starting today, Saturday. And I encourage you to do that as soon as possible. We have just a little over a week, and people are going to be wanting to make their purchases or make their orders now and make plans for that right now. So please be thinking about that. I also made many of you co-hosts so that the event page can be shared with more folks, and share that event page on your to your followers as well. You may have seen these great big banners that SR Parat graciously had made for our small businesses within the district. Great news. We ran out of the first batch, but we've asked them to make a second batch for us. So if you would like one of those banners, they are 3 by 11. They're quite large, which is the point, but let me know, Becky, BECKY, at OrmondMainStreet.com. They will run out. They've been very popular, so we're going to do first come, first serve. So definitely get in touch with us if you would like one of those banners. And lastly, we do have a merchants meeting this Wednesday, May 6th at 5:30. You're going to find that Zoom information on our closed merchants page, Facebook page. That's facebook.com/groups/historic Ormond merchants. And we have an event set up for that where you'll be able to log in. But that will put us right back on track. We're still going to meet every 2 weeks, but this will be our regularly scheduled merchants meeting, which is always the first Wednesday of every month at 5:30. And finally, just always stay tuned to our business resources webpage that Julia mentioned. You can also get there just by going straight to our website and clicking the red banner at the top. That'll lead you straight there. But we are updating it all the time, and we're about to do a big information dump today. So make sure that you see some of that new information there. And yeah, that's it.
We hope you have a great week. We hope reopening goes well. I know it's going to be a little nerve-wracking, and we'll look forward to talking to you next weekend.